I guess there's no like right or wrong to do with social media. There's everything is made specifically for what you are doing. So whatever business or whatever venture you want to do, you're going to create a strategy that is specific to you. You know, if you hear that somebody else has had like a successful strategy, learn from them and learn from their success, but don't take their success and copy it because it won't work for you. There's so many websites and there's so many Facebook pages, you can get drowned out very quickly. So something that you need to spend a lot of time doing is basically getting out there and starting the conversation yourself by getting out there and not saying, you know, me, this is me, you know, take a look at me, but getting out there and getting to know people on a more relationship level, on a, you know, building a relationship with someone, saying, hey, I want to get to know you, what do you do? And asking questions about them, first of all, before ever getting into what you are doing. So that kind of brings about the social aspect of social media, right? So you're being social, you're gaining friends online, you're starting conversations, you're getting to know people, and you're building relationships. And building those relationships, those core relationships, is going to be really, really important for you because whether they're big influencers or not, they know people. They know people who they can talk to, who they can recommend, and those people will come and look at your site, and your Facebook, and your Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. So, big thing about social media, whether you're starting out new or whether you've been in it for 6 years or 12 years or however long, always getting out there and starting the conversation. It's very, very important. It's a lot of work. It is for six to 12 months. You're just going to be out there, pounding the pavement. It's just like in real life. Like if I were to come up to you the very first time and say, hey, my name is Morgan, what's your name?
Patience.
Patience. Well, what do you do, Patience?
I'm a lavender farmer.
Oh, that's awesome. So what do you do as a lavender farmer? Do you sell it? What do you do?
We do all kinds of things.
Yeah?
We're very diverse.
Awesome. Well, from just this little conversation, we're starting to build a rapport with each other, right? We're starting to get to know each other. Obviously, I could go on and on and on and on asking you questions, but it's the same thing online. You're going to go up to someone, whether it's on a blog, a Twitter, Facebook, whatever. You're just going to say, hey, what's your name? What do you do? A lot of people, they get in social media, and within a couple months, they're like, this isn't working. Nobody's talking to me. Nobody is sharing my stuff. What's happening? What's wrong with me and my stuff? Well, nothing's wrong with you. Except you've only been in the internet sphere for about 2 months, and that's not enough time for people to trust you and to realize that you're going to be around longer than 2 months, and this isn't just like a get-rich-quick scheme that you're rolling, right? So it can take a good amount of time, 6 months to 12 months, to really see that engagement and to really see that whatever you're doing is working. You want to create interesting content, but you also want to create that community, by creating more than content, by creating a sense of personality, of honesty, of, this is who I am, and, I want to connect with you as a person, not just as another number kind of thing. And that all comes back to treating each other like human beings and creating that community. Like, you guys look like you have a really awesome community here. And this is something that you want to be able to create online too, that that sense of engagement and friendship, basically.
Well, when she's answering that, I was wondering, what do you see as the best way to, or some ideas that you might have to engage people to comment more or less than on whatever you see my Facebook page.
Yeah.
You know what I post, which is generally product pictures and comments on how to use it. I usually try to tie it in with what's going on in the day or what's going on in Kerrville or something like that. Mm-hmm. Is that appropriate? Is there a more engaging way to get them to comment?
Yeah, photos are actually a really good way to engage people. But you want to put something, like you want to ask them a question, or you want to get their involvement in some way, like, what do you think about this? Or, ask their opinion, that kind of thing. So, and again, it could take them a while, like if at first, all you're doing is posting blog posts and pictures and things, it can take them a while to be like, all right, they just asked my opinion, what's happening. So you want to be consistent with it, even if you don't get a lot of comments or likes at first. Just keep asking them, don't delete the post if there's no comments. It's okay. Just keep going at it. And again, be consistent with it. Ask a question every day. Say good morning. Say, hey, how was your weekend? Silly things like that, seem like it's not relevant, but not everything has to be relevant. So, saying, wow, I had the best coffee at, Starbucks today or whatever, that could be something that can create conversation, and it does quite often. But it's not related to anything you do, but it doesn't matter. So it's just showing that you are different and, you have other interests than what you do on your day-to-day basis, right?
So what do? You just go pick somebody randomly and say, hey, guy, what you doing?
Sometimes, actually, yeah. Sometimes I'll go through my Twitter, the recent people that have followed me, and I'll be like, well, this person looks really interesting, and I'll be like, hey, how's your day? Or I'll pick something out of their bio or from their website or a recent post or something, and I'll say, hey, I really liked what you did here, or hey, can you tell me more about, whatever.
Well, how's that going to help the lavender business?
It can help a lot. I mean, think about very few people would actually know about you until you make that connection. So if you make that connection and they say, whoa, wow, you're in the lavender business. That's great. Well, what do you do? Oh, I love lavender. My friend loves lavender. Whoever. Somebody's gonna like lavender. One of their friends, family members, somebody is going to enjoy, lavender. I mean, when Marlena was in here, she's going crazy over lavender.
Everything. I have my finger on every single thing, yeah.
So this is prime example. I know one person here who loves lavender, and she's a friend. So if you had contacted me on Twitter, I'd be like, wow, my friend Marlena loves lavender. I'm going to have to tell you or tell her about you. You just never know. You never know who's going to be your next client or customer.
And in answer to your question, after my postings on my Facebook page, I've had people connecting me to all sorts of organizations that I didn't know existed in Kerrville. So consequently, the networking level increased, and I've had people come up to me, I didn't know there was lavender store in the antique mall. I didn't even know it was there. And I've been advertising in the paper, Mitchell, sorry, I don't know why, Mitchell, for 5 years, and I have not gotten the response I have compared to the Facebook page. It's a hands-on, it's much more hands-on, touchy-feely, and I think that's the difference. We went to a workshop years ago, and there's a woman who talked about, in the future, the more high-tech we get, the more high-touch is going to become important. This is as close as we're going to get to high-touch. Your festivals, your events, those are high-touch. This kind of thing is developed is high-touch. But it starts small. I've only been doing it for about 3 months now, maybe even 2 months. And I've finally started paying attention to that. There's a ticker on your Facebook page that pops up that tells you your activity is what you were talking, what did you call it, the social proof? And the conversation about me has exploded in the last, because lavender of course is in publications and everything this month, has exploded in the last 2 weeks. And it's just one of those people knew somebody and started passing the word. It's like the game of gossip.
Pretty much, yeah.
Think of it like a tree.
Yeah.
Every person knows 10 people, who knows 10 people, who knows 10 people, who knows 10 people. And out of those people, they're gonna, maybe not everybody is gonna love lavender, but there's gonna be one on each branch, which is gonna lead to 10 more, which is gonna lead to 10 more. It's like being in a room, old school like this, networking. If you didn't know anybody in here, you came in to network, and you wanted to talk to each person, you're just doing it so much more quickly and efficiently online.
And you're reaching a much larger number of people than you would, basically anywhere else. So,
Talk a little bit about what you consider appropriate time commitment.
That's a good question. Really, really depends. And I know you don't want to hear that, but it kind of depends on your schedule. I usually tell people to schedule when you're first starting out, a max of 3 hours a day. Maybe like an hour in the morning. I mean, and like even if you I usually like an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, an hour in the evening. Or if you can't do that, 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening. Just as long as you are, if you make an appearance online at least once a day. That's
No
really
wonder
all.
you see so many people walking around bumping into lampposts.
Yeah.
This is true. Well, yeah, don't be that person.
You don't want to be that guy.
No.
Not right off the bat.
No.
If you don't respond, like you say, you set these automatic things up, but then you don't check back in to respond, what happens?
Well, obviously, you should be checking in, even if it's just for a couple minutes, just check in to see if anybody's replied, reply back to them real quick, and you're done. Just get out of there. But I do suggest definitely, if you do set up these tweets and Facebook statuses, definitely go in there, even for just a few minutes. I know it's hard to think about that, to even think about social media in your busy day, in your busy season, but even I don't know if you guys have smartphones, if you do, set up, the Twitter and look at it for a second, put it down, and see if you've got any replies, and reply to them real quick. All right, well, thank you so much for listening
Thank
to me.
you.
I hope
Appreciate
you got something out of it.
Yay.